Barney Songs from the Park is a Barney special that was released originally in 2003, and this was released roughly at the time when Barney and Friends is starting to change in terms of how it's edited. So there are a few bits in this that I don't particularly love. I also feel like the songs weren't always the most interesting for me nostalgically, but there were a couple of songs that I loved, and we also have various clips from I think the 7th and 8th seasons of Barney and Friends, and that includes clips of Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. And this special, well, as you can imagine, focuses on the park, and it's a celebration of being outdoors, of being in the sun, of what happens when it rains. There's a close-up of a very cute bunny rabbit at one point. And then we get a song about animals. So even though I don't love every song that's in this, and some of them I'd never heard of, there's not really the nostalgia there for me, I feel like everything was packaged together really well. Everything, even though it's using clips from previous episodes, I think everything flowed well. The narrative has a pretty decent structure. Baby Bop and BJ also feature in this, of course, and everything felt natural. That's not always the case with clip show Barney specials. Sometimes the clips feel a little shoehorned in there. But that's not a sense that I'm getting with this one. It actually felt pretty decent, and I like the fact it's celebrating, spending time in the park and being in the outdoors. That's always something that I think is worth celebrating and worth encouraging. Great performances from all of the children in this, of course, and the songs, even though I might not love them all, the vocal performances were very good too. Most of the songs were pretty high energy, I think, which worked very well. And as always, when I discuss these specials, I'll just point out a few highlights, a few songs that I thought were particularly good. There's actually one that I don't remember ever having heard of, but I did quite like it, and that's It's a Fun, Fun, Sunny Day. So even though not all of the songs were nostalgic for me, I actually found that to be pretty good. There's a song about a ball, which was okay. There's a song about bubbles I didn't particularly love. We have some bike riding. Baby Bop is very proud of herself for being able to ride a bike, which I think is definitely a milestone. It could encourage a child to find the confidence they need to get on their two-wheeler as well. The song The Parade of Costumes felt a little bit like it didn't really belong in this special. The transition before and after it made sense, but I feel like there was probably a better choice of song to go in there. We also get a story. We have some story time about a hen, which was interesting enough. It's not a story I'm particularly familiar with. And we have a couple of different songs about rain. Obviously, we have Rain, Rain, Go Away, and a personal favourite, the Rainbow Song. The Rainbow Song is not actually one I remember from my childhood, but in watching Barney, it's one that I've actually grown to become really fond of. I think it's really delightful. Then we have a song about a picnic and a couple of other songs as well. So it's got a good variety to it. It covers a lot of things. Most of the songs do fit in really well. A couple of them, as I said, maybe not so much. But generally, everything went from A to B to C in a way that made a lot of sense. And I thought it was quite charming. The bit where I said it's getting some different editing, I don't like this. We have occasionally clips on screen of random children, very, very young children, in nursery school or preschool or whatever, doing something random that is vaguely connected to the song. I just don't like this. It pulls away. I mean, I've ranted about this a lot, so I won't go and repeat everything I've said, but I don't like it because the thing about Barney is that it makes you feel like you're one of the children, like you're there with Barney and the others, and you're part of this experience. But if you edit these random clips of random children on screen, it reminds you that actually that's not true. You're just watching an edited TV show, and it really takes away from the thing that makes Barney really quite unique, and I hate it. So I won't go on about that too much, and thankfully it didn't happen too often in this special. But definitely I think it's a bad decision on the show's part. But that aside, this was a pretty sweet special, and one that I think is generally a decent package of songs, very well, I wouldn't say very well filmed. The segments are all very well filmed, very well edited together. Definitely not too bad at all.